All right, y'all. This is Homeroom with Smooth. This episode number 107, and I got with me Devi Ivory. How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We're not gonna talk about anything else that happened earlier, but I'm good now. I'm good now.
Just run through the people like, man, it's just so crazy. Traffic, I get it.
hmm
It
Yeah, like
happens.
that was rough. That was rough, man. I almost did some illegal mess, man. I was stuck behind this truck. It had like these plants and stuff. I'm like, bro, just pull over to the side. You ain't got to slow us all down. Just pull over to the side. Like, let us all go. The line
Yeah,
just backed up.
yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway,
In Texas, it's so crazy
mhm,
too. It's just crazy. Yeah.
I feel it. So
Hmm.
it's been a long time since we've
Yeah.
seen each other. Like what,
I
2017,
know.
which
No,
was
it's been
crazy.
like 2015,
20
2016. When I came
wait,
down there for my birthday, I actually
you came in 16. You had to have come in 16 then. Wow.
I believe it was actually 15. Was it 15 or 16? Because I got accepted in the New York Film Academy in
Mm,
Burbank, California, and I went out there to tour and just to see if I liked it. But when I went and they was talking about um how much expensive it was, and then you wouldn't have time to like work, and I'm just like, how I'm gonna eat, I have to take care of myself. And at the time, I was single, and so I had to really think about if it was the right decision to move to LA, and you have to be prepared. So
right. That's
I
true.
just decided to, yeah, I finished my year out, my senior year, and then I moved to Dallas, and I've been here ever since.
Okay, okay.
So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was supposed to move to Dallas, but see what happened was I didn't had a whole like deployment and whole other mess before I even got a chance to even lock in out there. I think I was there for like 4 days, and I was like, oh yeah,
Really?
I'm finna like get me this spot, whoopty whoopty whoop, because I was in a hotel room at the time. I was like, I'm gonna get me this little spot. Everything's gonna be gravy. And then like, nah, it just didn't happen. Like I ended up right back here, right back working, and I'm just like, and now I was supposed to only be a month, and I was supposed to go back, and now it's March, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess I'm staying. I ain't meant to
I
leave.
mean, I feel like if you have nested somewhere and it doesn't require you to move, I just think you should just ride it out. And, you probably have already invested a lot in the area. And I feel like if you get your foot in the door in LA, you shouldn't leave unless you're forced to leave. I just feel like it's one of those places. If you make it past a year or two and you're still there, you might as well stay. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. That's very true. That's
yeah,
very true.
yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
so all right. So let's walk through this timeline. So okay, you graduated,
Yeah.
you came out to LA, you celebrated, you went to the film thing, and then after that, you went back. And I think you started like your fitness journey. That was the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, when I moved to Dallas, I just kind of said, I'm not going to move to LA. I just felt like it was going to be too much for me at that point in time. And I was only going to supposed to be here for like a year, but I ended up
Hmm.
liking Dallas, and I ended up networking pretty fast. I start working for Bank of America. I had a
Hmm.
corporate job, and then it was, I want to say, about 6 months in, like sitting at the desk, I had gained so much weight. And if you know me, my weight always fluctuates. I'm like 10 pounds here, 10 pounds less, or whatever the case may
Mhm.
be. But I had got up there. And so um, I had followed Kathy and Luther Freeman on the 30-day transformation. And I saw a few people that I knew that did it. And I was like, well, this looks like this could be really good for me. And, it seems like the people were keeping the weight off, so I decided to
Mhm.
pay for the program. And lo and behold, I wasn't thinking I was going to go viral. I was really, really scared to post my pictures. Like they kept on saying, hey, post your pictures. You look great. Post your pictures. I'm like, no, I got to be in a bikini. And I'm just like, what people knew me from college, being president of different nonprofits, and I just wanted to keep my image at a certain way. And so,
Mhm.
but they were like pressing me, like, post your pictures. You look good. Post your pictures. I said, well, let me get down another 5, 10 pounds and then I'll post. The first time I posted, like, I got like 2, 3 thousand likes. And then it just went up from there. Some of them I got 10,000 likes. My videos was getting like 30,000 views. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
this is crazy. And so people were in my comments, your body is fake. You didn't really lose this weight and this and that. It
What?
was just so
That's
crazy.
crazy.
They were saying all type of stuff, but like you really have to have, yes, you have to have thick skin on social media, especially when you put your body
Mhm.
out there, because people will body shame you. People would say, and then it was so crazy because Luther actually had to write some people, because when I posted, I think the booty pic, like from the behind, people were like, you look better, bigger, like you don't need to lose any more weight. Like people were totally against me losing weight. So like,
What?
and people from college was, yes, like people from
That's
college was
crazy.
saying, you look better, bigger. You don't really look good when you lose a lot of weight. And I'm like, I feel confident, I feel sexy.
Right.
But I just kept going. And I was getting posted on Black Fitness Page, all these pretty fit melanin, all these different websites. People were stealing my
Mhm.
pictures. Total Life Changes had stole my pictures at one time, saying that I used their products. I had never bought their products. I
Yeah.
would see my picture like on Explore page, all this stuff, and I'm like, this is crazy. And
Mhm.
so I knew it was crazy when I went to Walmart one day and this girl ran up to me. Oh my God, I follow you and this and that. I'm like, oh my God. And it's so crazy because I had a lot more followers than I do now. But I think over the years, I kind of got shadow banned, or, you know, how your followers just start going away or whatever.
Mhm.
But right now, I'm trying to figure out the shadow ban. That's why I've been posting a lot more reels. But I am starting my fitness journey back, because I know that's something that my audience like. And I looked at my target audience. Most of them are in New York and in LA. And
Mhm.
so I know that a lot of them don't like me posting my real estate because that's not what they originally followed me for. So I'm
Mhm.
having to figure out how to mix the two. But essentially, when I did the program, I won the program. They put me on a brand ambassador list, and I was getting paid monthly. But
Mm.
it was one day I was going to work, and I was in a four-car collision.
Ooh.
I broke two bones in my foot,
Ah.
and I was in the ambulance. I didn't even know I broke my foot, and I was in a boot. I was in a boot, and then I had to do physical therapy. I
Mhm.
gained some of my weight back. I was very like just mad and angry because at this point I had to take a leave of absence from work to just get better. And then as far as when you get hurt, you really don't want
Mhm.
to eat right. You don't want to,
Right.
you're not feeling well, so I just kind of slipped back into my old ways. And then I just, over the course of the last few years, I've just been kind of just maintaining weight, like back and forth. But I end up realizing why
Mhm.
my weight was up and down, because I got diagnosed with hormonal imbalance. So
Mm.
a lot of times I didn't understand my body and the chemistry, and that's why it's very important for women to, we have to get annuals, like blood work, and get your annual exam done and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But like sometimes women have like maybe thyroid issues or hormonal imbalances, and
Right.
for me, mine's is genetic. And so my body doesn't even break down glucose. It's just like a receptor, like it just like
Mm.
bounces off. It does not go into the cells. And so um when I found that out by my doctor, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This makes sense. Like one week I'm like 160 pounds. The next week I could be 175 or
Mhm.
180. And it runs on both sides of my family.
Wow.
So I don't know if you're familiar with Kiki Palmer basically coming out about it. It's PCOS, which is basically it's a hormone imbalance. It's a genetic
Mhm.
disorder. It's nothing you can do about it. There's no cure for it. The only thing you can do is like maintain it. And so what I have to do, I have to be very strategic on what I eat. I have to be very strategic the timings that I eat and stuff like that. But it is difficult, and I just have to stay steadfast. I do a lot of intermittent fasting. Sometimes I'll do carb cycling, like do some rice, or I may do I would say like mashed potatoes. Like you
Mhm.
can't really have like burgers and stuff like that, but
Mm. Dang.
it's difficult. But I'm on this roller coaster ride, and
Mhm.
for all us women out there that have hormonal imbalances, we're gonna get through this, and we just gotta
Mhm.
stay strong.
I feel that. Man, that's wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's man.
Yeah.
You were on your fitness journey, then you found out one thing from another thing, you know what I'm saying? As like, man, that's crazy. That's a crazy roller coaster to go on, man. So like
Yeah.
what did you do? What did you do for like your mental health though, too? Like, cause you
Oh,
talked about how you took
um,
care of your body. Like, how what you do for your mental health? Because I know that had to be like mentally taxing, especially with the comments, and then people probably asking you like, "Why aren't you posting anymore? What's going on?" You know?
or you go around people at work, or friends, and they like, dang, you gain your weight back. And it's really emotional, because at the time I really thought I was a failure. I really thought, I was like, man, like I was like, why am I constantly slipping back into my old habits, eating whatever, drinking alcohol on the weekends and stuff like that? But I wasn't understanding I had a whole disorder. And
Hmm.
I'm not blaming everything on a disorder, because you still have habits that can lead to weight gain. But
Hmm.
I had something that restricted me a lot. Like I literally would eat just something small and get bloated, or whatever the case may be. My mental health was really, it was pretty bad at the time, because you can't work out. You see your followers kind of declining, your comments are declining, and the only thing I could do was like pretty much pray. And I did a lot of writing. I don't know if you
Hmm.
saw my on my Instagram. I went to Sedona, Arizona, last in November 2020. So
Okay.
when I took that trip changed my life. And I didn't even realize a lot of celebrities, a lot of different people go to Sedona for healing. And I
Hmm.
just wrote a letter to everybody in my family that I wanted to forgive, friends, different things that went on in my life over the years that I was holding in bondage, and even just forgiving myself for even just pinning on different things that was really not my fault. And so I look at that journey as a beautiful one, because everything unfolded how it's supposed to be. And so I know
Hmm.
one thing about me, though. I knew it was a hump, but I knew that I am a big believer on keeping moving forward. And I knew that one day I will get back out there and do, my social media and do everything, because It's not in me just to be still. It just took me
Yeah.
time to heal and took me time to get out of my own head thinking. And then I got married too, so you kind
Yeah.
of get a little comfortable when you first get married. It
Yeah.
was just us two, and we're eventually gonna have, like, I said, when we together for 5 years. Well, we've been together almost 6 years, but married for 5 years. That's when we're gonna have a like a reception. And so we did it that way because I had a lot of friends that, got married and had these big old weddings, and they spent like 30K, and they said, "Oh, I didn't even know who was at my wedding. I didn't even enjoy my wedding. It was stressful. Oh, I got into it with this bridesmaid and this and that." And I'm just that type of person. I know a lot of people, but I'm
Hmm.
very protective of my personal life and my private life. I'm very
Yeah.
protective over that. And I know that that would have been too overwhelming. So I just said, let's just, us two, we hit it off, and we go get married. And that's the most important thing, is just between you and that individual, and,
Hmm.
the love that you share. Yeah.
Right. 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 Man. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's my guy, man. Tell him I said what's up. Tell him I said what's up. That's my
I
guy.
will. I will. I will. It's so crazy because in college, like, we would see each other, we knew each other, but we didn't talk to each other like that until my senior year. And
Hmm.
I think it was because, I had actually prayed to God that I wanted a husband, and he said he was, praying to God he wanted a wife. I just think, I had went through a lot of stuff, and I just wasn't willing to continue to just be in the streets or be in the
Yeah.
world and dealing with different people. It's just,
Hmm.
I just feel like I'm too valuable to live that lifestyle. And I just don't even know how some women or some men, they just continue to just be in the streets and just go out and just be with this person, that person. And I understand, like, dating is hard. It is hard, and
Yeah.
it's limited on who you can get and stuff like that, and who's real. But I feel like if you do your self work, that right person is
Hmm.
going to show up. And so that's very important to me. And I'm a hopeless romantic, and I just can't be out here
Yeah.
being single. I just can't do it.
Right. Right.
So
Hey. Hey. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. Don't like. It's
your
crazy
eyes
out here in the
got
streets.
bugged.
It's crazy. I'm like, yo, like the transition that happened in the last like 4 to 5 years in the streets. Hey, stay out, go home. This ain't it.
Yeah, it's just
Go
I
home.
I hear these horror stories from my friends and family. I'm just like, I would be dead because I
Yeah.
couldn't even deal with an inch of what they go through, because I'm just like,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna deal with that. Like, I value myself too much, but you really have to really do your own self work. And a lot of people, they're like, oh, why I haven't found somebody? Why I haven't gotten a relationship? Have you really turned the mirror on yourself? Do you know the things that you're holding on to, or things you haven't worked out with your own self to attract
Hmm.
what you need to get married, or if that's what you want to do, because some people don't want to get married, some people want to be single, and that's fine, but for people that want that, you got to really start investing in yourself, dating yourself, loving yourself, and I
Hmm.
promise you that person is going to show up. You can't be jumping in and out of relationships and then expect something grand to show up, and you haven't did your self work. So
Hmm. That's true. That's very true. Um, then also, so okay, so that happened. You got married. Somewhere during your marriage, you started realty company, or you started working
mhm.
for a realty company. Like
Yeah.
explain that aspect of your life.
So when I moved to Dallas,
Hmm.
and my first day at Bank of America, my heart plummeted because I was like, this looks like jail, but I'm
Hmm.
gonna deal with it, because I gotta support myself. But I knew I wasn't gonna be there forever, because I just have an entrepreneur type mindset, and I've had an LLC since I was 19. So, which was my entertainment business in college. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, I had realized that my dad had always spoke to me about, you have to own your own business. You have to work for yourself for, for true freedom. And
Mm-hmm.
so he actually did real estate when I was about 10, 11 years old. He had got out of prison, and he had did all the studies and everything. And once he got out of prison, he was a mortgage broker in Houston. And so
Mm-hmm.
he lost everything in '07 and '08. So basically, I saw him with these big old checks when I was little, like 12,000, 15,000. I'm just like, that's going to be me one day. And so he taught me everything I know about real estate and trucking. He's still in trucking to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I had went to real estate school, Champion School of Real Estate.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, make 4 years, I'll be a realtor. So I essentially stayed at Bank of America for a while to get my savings up until I was comfortable enough to walk away. And
Mm-hmm.
so I created my real estate LLC, which is Devi Ivory Homes LLC. And real estate is gonna always forever be a part of me because I actually love it. I love it so much, it's crazy. Like, I stay on the MLS trying to find a deal, talking to
Mm-hmm.
clients, go to the events. It's really my true passion. I really love real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been doing it for 4 years. Next year will be 5 years, and I'll be applying for my
Hey,
brokerage license. Yeah,
nice. Hey,
yeah,
you might have
yep,
to hook me up with a
yep,
crib
yep.
one day. I might have to hit you.
Oh yeah, and I'm expanding. I sell in Dallas, Houston, Austin. So yeah, I'm licensed for the whole state of Texas, and I'm already in the works of expanding to other states too. So because I know people everywhere. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah. For
excited.
sure. For sure. For sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the trucking piece. So let's get into that. So how did you get started on that piece? Because I think that's like your last like big piece you added to your life.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm a woman
Mm-hmm.
wholeheartedly, but I am a hustler. And so my dad, he told me about trucking when I was in high school. He was like, babe, you need to get a truck one day, because it'll make so much money. You make six figures or whatever, a truck, blah, blah. And I just never did it, because I don't have time for that. And so I came across the opportunity, and I bought a box truck. And I bought it outright for cash. And basically, I had called different dispatchers and different companies, and what I did was I got a contract. And so
Mm-hmm.
basically, I got the truck first, and I had more experience in the box trucks because it's non CDL required. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I got the box truck, got secured a contract, and then I went to work and hired some movers, and we was ready to go. And so right now we have three trucks on the road, and we plan to expand. So it's now, trucking is very, very, very tough. It's very tough. It's
Mm-hmm.
very tough.
Yeah,
But
emphasis on the tough.
I love it as a passive income. You said what?
I said emphasis on the tough. On the tough, emphasis on the tough.
It's
Because you
tough
did.
because,
No,
yeah,
oh good.
because
Okay.
um trucking business. You said what?
No, I didn't say anything. I haven't said nothing at all.
Okay, I think because you kind of cut out for a second. Yeah,
Uh,
so the trucking business, it brings in a lot of cash flow, but it has a lot of maintenance. Your truck may break down. Even if it's a 2022, it's gonna break down. The cost of fuel, you got to pay your employees, you got people that won't show up for work. It's a hardcore business. It will bring the beast out of you.
mm-hmm.
Like, you have to be very direct. You have to be you cannot have shallow skin. You have to have very thick skin. So
Mm.
That's one of my back end businesses, but my main business is real estate. But I do run the trucks on the side as well. But I love the trucking business, but it's a beast. It's a beast.
Mhm. That's crazy, man. So with that said,
Yeah.
like, what can people expect from you in the future? Like, what can they expect from Devi?
So, like I said, next year I'll be applying for my broker's license and I'll have my own
Mhm.
brokerage and everything. Um, as far as me myself, you could always expect for me to create new reels. Follow me on my Instagram. If you need to buy a house, I also do apartments. I help people find anything you can think of, land. I'm working on a commercial deal right now. I'm very excited about that. You just expect me to be full fledged on social media and just doing everything that I've been doing. And I don't plan on adding too many different ventures to my life right now because I am very busy. And so I'm keeping it really at real estate and trucking right now. And essentially, my husband kind of runs the trucking, which I focus a lot more on the real estate. So that's kind of what we're doing right now is growing and expanding and climbing the ladder. And
Mhm.
one day I will be a millionaire, and we're gonna just speak it
Right.
into an existence.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We all gonna be up. We all gonna be millionaires.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited. I'm really excited because this is the first time in my life over the past couple of years that I actually can smell it. When you can
Mhm.
smell it, that's how you're doing the right
Mhm.
thing. You're in the right room. I'm in rooms where I'm like, I literally was not supposed to grow up in this, or I should have never been able to have access to this, but I have worked my butt off to get to where I'm at. Like, I sit at tables with people where I'm like, oh my God, like this is a little nervousing, but I'm meant to be there and God has placed me there for a reason. So I'm excited. And so I'm just ready for this journey. But I will put a little secret out there. I am working on my book because it's a lot of stuff that I went through as a child and stuff I went through in high school, and people
Mhm.
really don't know that side of me. But I'm gonna be releasing that probably probably next year. I'm working on it. um I'm halfway
Okay.
done as far as putting everything together, so you can be looking out for that. I don't have a name yet, but that's something that is to come for sure.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. That's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
It's good catching
Yep.
up with you. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't spoken in like
Yeah.
5 years. Yeah, but it's
I
real good.
know it's been a while, and I'm getting back out there with my working out. I'm doing 2 days right now, so
Ooh.
I'll get back there and I'll be posting. It's just I'm having a hard time how to mix my real estate and my fitness because it's you really got to be consistent with one thing on Instagram. But I'll figure it out somehow.
Mhm.
I always
Right,
do.
right. All right. Well,
Yeah.
y'all, this has been I want to first of all, I want to thank you, Debbie Ivory, for coming through. You know, this highly appreciated. All her contact
Yes.
information is right there down below, all of it. Um,
Yes. Thank you for having me.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime. So, guys, ladies, this has been episode 107 of the Homeroom Smooth podcast. Thank y'all for watching. We out.